The Beatles of Chancellorsville. The Battle of Chancellorsville, one of the most famous battles of the Civil War, took place in Virginia in the spring of 1863. For months, the two armies had been staked out on opposite banks of narrow river. The Confederate troops were led by Purpose, the most revered military tactician in American history. General Robert E. Lee. The Union soldiers were led by fighting Joe Hooker. In appearance, personality, and lifestyle, these men were nearly perfect opposites. Lee, an older man in poor health with a gray beard, had a somber, measured demeanor. Hooker was a blond, strapping young man whose vanity over his appearance was but one aspect of his egotism. Whereas Lee was devout and principled, Hooker was known for his rollicking and enjoyment of both women and whiskey. Despite the fact that the Confederacy had won the last four major battles and the Union soldiers were famished, exhausted, and demoralized, Hooker proclaimed, "My plans are perfect, and when I start to carry them out, may God have mercy on Bobby Lee, for I shall have none." Why, aside from a propensity for narcissism, was Hooker so confident? Hooker had used spy, analytics, and even hot air balloons to compel a vast amount of intelligence about Lee's army. He had discerned, for example, that Lee had only 61,000 men to Hooker's own 134,000. Buoyed by high superior numbers, Hooker covertly moved 70,000 of his men 50 miles up and across the river, and they ordered them to sneak back down to opposition themselves behind Lee's army. In effect, Hooker had cut off the Confederate soldiers in front and behind. They were trapped, satisfied with his advantage. Hooker became convinced that the Lee only option was to retreat to Richmond, to securing a Union victory. Yet Lee, despite the severities of both numbers and opposition, did not retreat. Instead, he moved his troops into pursuit to attack. Union soldiers were tried to warn Hooker that the Lee was on the offensive were dismissed as cowards. Having become convinced that the Lee had no choice but to threat, Hooker began to ignore reality. When Lee's army attacked the Union soldiers at the 50 o'clock, they were 18 super, completely unprepared for battle. They abandoned their rifles and fled as Lee troops came shrieking out of the brush, bayonets drawn. Against all odds, Lee won the Battle of Chancellorsville, and Hooker's forces withdrew in the field.